Hello and welcome to Endtimes. I'm Derry Donato, 36. I draw comics for a living, and today I will give you a bit of insight, art insight in this video. And we're just going through artwork. I don't know how long this video will go. I hope you will browse through it. Well, this is what Endtimes is about. It's the end times. It's the 90s. It's a small American town. It's aliens, it's werewolves, it's vampire, it's everything coming together to destroy the world, and a few people trying to stop that. And it could be barbarians from a different time, or you could play the old evil, like in Diablo. That's your deck then. And we will go into the mechanics. I have there a book, an art book, and I have a few piles. I try to go through this in 10 minutes or less. I don't know if I can make it, but let's go. It's not rushed, but I hope you will get an idea. So this is from a good friend of mine, Thiago Lehmann. He makes tarot cards for Path of Exile. And this is what he comes up with, and I will show you soon. My original design for Endtimes was like you have Cthulhu monster or the dark down here, and you have the tree up here, and this could be a tree of life, and it is. It stands for Gaia, this planet, and the destruction that wants to occur, or it could be a cloud, a mushroom from atomic bombs. We don't know yet. And well, this is another design. More like a tree, more like a cloud. This should be an angel, and this is the time that's going, and this is from the darkest dungeon. As you can see, I want to go to Diablo 1, Diablo 2. I'm thinking about mechanics like mana. And yeah, this is some more. Well, this is about what it's about. I want it to be like a story, like Richard Garfield told me in an interview that when they created Innistrad, he went for flavor first. So they put everything in they liked, and then the mechanics came from there. And this is what I think the Endtimes TCG will make too, because I'm just focusing on the flair, and the mechanics are slowly coming to me. You will see soon when we go there to that book. And I will keep this at 10 minutes, and if this is long, I just continue to part 2, so you can digest this better. So this is Endtimes TCG, the mission statement. The mission statement is, I want you to have an experience like in Nox, like in Diablo, like in all those cool games that matter, a roguelike. What I have to do, you see, and then I want you like to start like a movie. That's the question, how I will manage that. But maybe at first you're a bit weak, like in a movie or like in Diablo 1, and then at the midpoint you're able to do something, and then to 10, I don't know if this is a mana curve or how it 10 rounds, but then something big. Let's say you're a team of vampire hunters. Here you have just shotguns and a couple of bullets, and then at the midpoint you have good equipment, and then maybe you're fighting against vampires or a vampire deck, and here he will summon something big or a big creature, and then here you get out your grenade launcher and you fuck it up. And here's some more. I was always thinking about what is strength, dexterity, and intelligence, and if you can cast with this instead of let's say lands, and if like in Dota or Hon you're just going for intelligence, like the mage uses this. Okay, we'll see. Now we come to some card proxies or card ideas. I played GTA 2, for me one of the best games in the world. I'm born in 85, so my adolescence is like American Pie and all those movies like Con Air, The Rock, vampires and all that stuff, Ginger Snaps. And so in GTA 2, Jesus Saves, maybe you have a land or a card that says Jesus Saves, and you have a church like in Diablo. And then you see I'm planning where are the mana costs, what does it say, where is the rarity. And then you will have a card that's like a town portal. Why do you want to use a town portal? I don't know yet. The game will tell me. And you will tell me, because this video maybe looks like cheap or stupid right now, but I will show you soon. So some elixirs, maybe you have some health potions, but this game is different. It's not a fantasy game. It's about maybe a special team, and they use guns and painkillers, and maybe for the big stuff you will need an M79 grenade launcher. And then it's the question, does this come already with ammunition, or do you need ammunition extra? How much damage does it do? And it would be really interesting to manage your resources. Here we have a Remington or a Washington. This is definitely influenced from a game I played. It's called Death Launcher 2D, and it's a really great game about a zombie apocalypse. I will link it down below. It's really great. Here I'm thinking about mana, resource system, like in Diablo 1, Diablo 2, and those games have all are action RPGs, and I guess this trading card game is also kind of action RPG PvP. And what you're able to do is like, yeah, you gotta. It's always you against the odds. And then here we have, what if you can use your fist, a baseball bat, a penknife, a machete, a katana. And here are some of the classes. This is inspired from World of Warcraft. And here's some more cards. Like I was thinking, what if you have 4 horsemen, and this is your 4 horsemen deck. You have like conquest, war, famine, and death. And what if you could use one of these as your commander or hero or champion, and but also use the others in the deck. So you could always, let's say you play against someone else and he's also playing a 4 horse rider deck, but you have as a champion war and the other has as a champion famine, and it's 2 different decks. We'll come also to a thing that I was thinking about, what, like in Diablo, every class more or less can use the things you want to use, because it uses strength, intelligence, and dexterity. So you can, a paladin could use, everybody could use everything. The only thing you need, and that's what we're seeing here, is, let's say you want to use maybe a chainsaw, or a chainsaw like this. What do you need? Maybe you need a requirement of strength, and maybe this creature or this character has strength and everything. This, you see the health here, the attack here, and maybe you see what he is, like in Dota, Hon, or or Diablo. And then maybe you could skill. I don't know yet how this is possible, but I'm getting some ideas. Like you need a melee skill of 10 to use this. If you're playing a werewolf deck, maybe you have the strength, maybe you have the melee, but maybe you don't have the hands to grab this, because as a werewolf you have claws. And so maybe this will say requirement human hand. I don't know. We'll see. But as you can see, I'm totally getting the ideas of making this. And this is also a map of the Sunnytown, so I can orient myself a bit better. Like, let's say this is Sunnytown, this is the American dream, and then you have here a high school, and here a faculty, and then you go to the big city, and here you have the Wall Street people, the cops, the greed monsters, the mob, and here you have the church, and here you can have a padre, a priest, but here you can also make spawn Diablo. Maybe somewhere in the desert you have Area 51, Project Montauk, secret government facility where they're experimenting on humans or children or something like this, and this creates powers like, like Stranger Things, and this could go then in this little American town. So you have all these influences from the 80s and 90s. Or you could go here a bit, and then you have truckers, strippers, stunt drivers, bouncers, outlaws, lowlifes. And this is also really cool. I want these people because, let's say Diablo arises in the town church, and you could have We'll come soon to them. Travelers from the past, right here. These people could take Diablo out easily, like a trucker. Let's say you play a hero, but it's not famine, it's a trucker. And this trucker gets himself his strippers and his stunt drivers, and they get themselves chainsaws and some explosives. Bam! They can beat the other deck. They can beat Diablo. Then you have the shopping mall. It's good against zombie invasions. Then you have the karate dojo. I say we're going back to the 80s and 90s. And I will stop the video here and make another part.